Oh, tell me about Judith. Listen. Hey, people. Check us out. Shout out to Brandon Clay. I know, you know. I had to put my little hoodie on. Listen, we wear hoodies all year round. Okay, hoodies is not for the winter. So welcome to Story Time. I'm your host, Vonnie. This is your other host, Auntie Shelly on the beat. Okay, love it every time. So if you're familiar with Story Time, you know that we're gonna go ahead and go into a scripture, which Shalom Yakanan. You know that we're going to go through a scripture, which today is Thursday. So we're going to be reminded of our 10 commandments. We don't have to carry them around, but they're in our inward parts. Okay. But it's still, sometimes it's so good to just hear them. All right. So the 10 commandments can be found in Exodus, the 20th chapter, verse 1, all the way down to the 17th verse. Okay. And it reads, says, and Elohim spoke all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah Eloheka, which have brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other Elohim before me. You shall not make unto you any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. You shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah Eloheka, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation that do hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and guard my commandments. Okay, I have to look like a Muppet for you. All right. You shall not take the name Yahuwah Eloheka in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that takes his name in vain. Remember the day of the Sabbath and keep it. Remember the day of the Sabbath and keep it holy. Sometimes, you know, people forget that one that we're supposed to keep. Yeah, you got to remember, because there's no such thing as a Christian Sabbath. It is only one Sabbath, and that is a Saturday, okay? 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah Eloheka. In it you shall not do any work, you nor your son, nor your daughter, your manservant, your maidservant, not your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahuwah blessed the day of the Sabbath and hallowed it. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahuwah Eloheka gives you. You shall not kill. You shall not break wedlock. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not lust after your neighbor's house. You shall not lust after your neighbor's woman, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass.
Was you just waiting for that?
It's been a while. You know, we gotta wait. I gotta wait till Thursday to say that. Okay. And I'm speaking of a donkey, you know, nor his ass. Okay. Nor anything that is of your neighbors. May Yah add a blessing to the hearer and reader of his word. Hallelujah. Just a quick reminder that he keeps the covenant and we keep and guard the commandments.
Yes.
That is beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and first off, this is the atonement. So that's the Sunday.
Yes,
yeah. So we
sundown.
are sundown. We are celebrating the feast of is it the Feast of Atonement or
the Day of Atonement?
The Day of Atonement. Thank you. We're not feasting.
No, we are not.
We're not feasting. This is a time where we are we're celebrating the Day of Atonement, which we will pretty much since 10 days we've been kind of examining ourselves and bringing all that is not like the Most High up to Him, and we're pretty much fasting from them things.
Yep.
Right?
Gonna let it go.
We're gonna let it go and not go back to it once the Day of Atonement is over.
Right.
Once it's let go, it is let go. So
on the go, it's gone.
It's gone. All right. All right. So as we're gonna get to the book of Yahudith, okay, or Judith, this is another book that was taken out, and you cannot find it in your regular King James Bible because the Catholic Church snatched that thing up. Snatch. And you know the word says don't add or take away, but you know what? They took it away, and we're going to find out why. Has anybody read the story of Yahudith or Judith? I like saying Yahudith because I can say it right.
Too. Yeah.
I can pronounce it. Anyone read the story of Yahudith?
Yeah. Give us the answer right quick. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no, he has no.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard it either. I was like, what is that? I thought of, for some reason, Judy. I don't know. Judge Judy. I don't know. I felt like it was something similar. Judy, I don't know. You know, I have no idea. But when we mentioned, let's read the story of Judith, I thought she was going to be a judge. I don't know. Maybe because it's J-U-D in her name. Listen, don't count me out yet. All right. So we're going to go into, hello, shalom, you all. We're going to go into the reading. Listen, these words, these names, bear with me.
Yes. Yeah, these names are.
They're vicious, okay? Take no prisoners. These names is something else. All right, so let me go ahead and pull it up. I am using the Sefer Bible app. You can purchase it on your app store. It is like $22 or something like that. And no, we don't get a kickback for saying that.
Yeah, no.
We don't get none of that. All right, so in the 12th year of the reign of
Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay, Nebuchadnezzar, who reigned in Nineveh, the great city. Nineveh, sorry. She was a good singer at one point. Okay. What'd you say, Nineveh? Okay, Nineveh. Okay, the great city. In the days of Arpachshad, which reigned over Madai in Ecbatani, and built in Ecbatani walls round about of stones hewn 3 cubits broad and 6 cubits long, and made height of the wall 70 cubits, and breadth thereof 50 cubits, and set the towers thereof upon the gates of it 100 cubits high, and the breadth thereof in the foundation 60 cubits. And he made the gates thereof, even gates that were raised to the height of 70 cubits. And the breadth of them was 40 cubits, for the going forth of his mighty armies, and for the setting in array of his footmen. So we know that this is Nebuchadnezzar. This is what he's building, right?
Yeah, it's like his fortress.
Yes, I was kind of thinking that.
Yeah, what he lives now. So you can see he ain't no joke. He protecting himself, plus he has this big army. And by the way, this is not Nebuchadnezzar with Daniel. This is not Babylon. This is the king of Nineveh in Assyria. Okay. This is Nineveh, the same place Jonah didn't want to go.
Wow. Okay. So
not the same king, but the same place.
Okay. That makes sense, right? Makes sense. Okay. Let me see. Because we're going to get into these names. Verse 5. Even those days in King Nebuchadnezzar made war with King Arpachshad in the great plain, which is the plain in the borders of Reul. And there came unto him all they that dwelt in the hill country, and all that dwelt in Parath and Kiddikel and it's in your throat. Hadapes, I'm saying, listen, that's as close as I'm gonna get.
It's by the Euphrates and the Tigris.
There you go. Thank you. And the plains of Aryok, the king of Elamims, and very many nations of the son of Kalod, assembled themselves to the battle. Then Nebuchadnezzar of Ashur sent unto all that dwelt in Persia, and to all that dwelt westward, and to those that dwelt in Sicilia, and Damascus, and Lebanon, and Antibelanus, and to all that dwelt upon the sea coast, and to those among the nations that were of Carmel, Gilead, and higher Galilee, and the great plain of Yisrael. Oh, okay. Israel. Okay. Israel, and to all that were in Shomron and the cities thereof, and beyond the Jordan unto Jerusalem, and Bethany, and Kiluk, and Kadesh, and the river of Egypt, and what's that one? Takapenakik. There you go. You can have it. And Ra'amek, and all the land of Goshen, until ye come beyond Tanis and Memphis, and to all the inhabitants of Egypt, until you come to the border of Cush. But all the inhabitants of the lands made light of the commandments of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Ashur, neither went they with him to the battle. For they were not afraid of him, yea, he was before them as one man. And they sent away his ambassadors from them without effect and with disgrace. So here you see a picture of the kings putting out this kind of like decree to different places, different countries come and help me fight this battle. And because it was like, man, you was just like us at one point. We ain't going. I ain't fighting this battle. We ain't scared of you. Right.
We don't care about your little fortress and all your man. We ain't scared of you.
We ain't going.
Whatever, bring it.
Challenging him. So let's see. Therefore, Nebuchadnezzar was very, very angry with all this country, and swore by his throne and the kingdom that he would surely be avenged upon all those coasts of Sicilia and Damascus and Aram, and that he would slay with the sword all the inhabitants of the land of Moab and the children of Ammon and Judah, right? Yahud. Okay, and all that were in Egypt, till ye come to the borders of the two seas. Then he marched in battle array with his power against King Arpachshad in the 17th year, and he prevailed in his battle. For he overthrew all the powers of Arpachshad and all the horsemen and all his chariots. So King Nebuchadnezzar was so hot, right? He was hot. He said, fine, all right, I'm definitely going. I'm coming. I'm definitely going to get you back, though. Like, y'all got me going by myself? Okay. And he went down there and won the battle pretty much, right?
Yeah,
with
so he started with Arpachshad. Yeah, he took that. Remember, this is a big old, so he's starting there.
Okay, so he went in there, okay? Yeah. So, okay, and became Adonai of his city of Arpachshad city.
So he became Lord of their city. So he took it over. Yeah.
Took it over of his city and came into Ecbatani, that's the name, and took the towers and spoiled the streets thereof and turned the beauty thereof into shame. So that was one of the cities, right? That said no.
He went through and trashed it.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. When he got through with it, wasn't no more.
He was like, I thought this was look like the lay on that. What, Benicia?
What happened to the pretty buildings?
Right? Okay, so I can talk about Vallejo born and raised, okay? Listen. So he returned afterwards. No. He where am I?
And he took also.
Okay.
Yeah.
He took also Arpachshad in the mountains of Reul, and smote him through with his spears and destroyed him utterly that day. So he returned afterwards to Nineveh. Am I saying that? Nineveh, both he and all his company of sundry nations, being a very great multitude men of war, and there he took his ease and banqueted, both he and his army 120 days.
They had a big old party because he went through and when it says he and his company of sundry nations, that means a lot of different nations.
Okay.
Yeah. So he conquered quite a few. Not everybody he wanted yet.
Right.
I won't tell a story, but then he went home. How do you have a party for 120 days?
120 days.
That's like 4 months.
Yeah, that's 4 months. Y'all just partying.
And y'all think y'all be partying up in Vegas.
Listen, one night. Yeah. Listen, one night I'm done. I want to see all y'all go. Okay? I don't want to party 120 days.
Yeah, y'all be thinking y'all balling. Right. Y'all little $1,000 going to Vegas for 2 days. He was like, please, I party for 120 days at my house.
Right, yes.
But how many soldiers?
120. Listen, the food never ran out, okay?
Yes.
The dance moves, the body never got tired of hitting that thing, you know?
Him and all his men of war. Like, dude, big party.
Listen. Chapter 2. And in the 18th year, the 2 and the 20th day of the first month, there was talk in the house of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Ashur, that he should, as he said, avenge himself on all the earth. So all those countries.
Yeah, that he said at the beginning. He only got some of them when he went home to like, I'm tired, let's go party. And then somebody said, well, wait a minute.
I thought you was going
to take everybody out.
Right. I thought so. Now talk about it. The talk is coming like, come on, man, you said you was going to do this. So he called unto him all his officers and all his nobles and communicated with them his secret counsel and concluded the afflicting of the whole earth out of his own mouth.
He said, I want it all. I'm so upset. I'm taking the earth.
Right. Listen, he's still mad. He's big mad right now.
Yeah.
After that party.
Yeah, he probably wasn't tripping, but he heard people
talking about it. Yeah, and that comes embarrassment, like,
oh, my honor.
I gotta defend my honor. Like, y'all playing. Like, you feel like you can play me now? Verse 3. Then they decreed to destroy all flesh that did not obey the commandment of his mouth. So all them countries.
That's talking about you ain't nobody.
You ain't bro, I am not scaring you.
Yeah.
Here, take you. And then sent his ambassador back. Hey, here, take this and tell your little manager that I ain't going.
I ain't got time for you.
I ain't got time for you. He said they all going. They're gone. It was like, I want their heads. Okay. And when he had ended his counsel, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Ashur, called Holofernes, the chief captain of his army, and I'm sure I destroyed that name,
I don't know,
but it is what it is, which was next unto him, and said unto him, thus say the great king, the Adonai, or Lord of the whole earth, behold, you shall go forth from my presence and take with you men that trust in their own strength, a footman 120,000. 120,000. 120,000. And when I first read this, I missed out on the 1,000 part. My brain did not.
What you thought was 120?
Right. I was like, listen, that's a lot. Listen, like the 300, that was 300 men, but we were slaying them. I mean, of course, Hollywood want to put their faces on it, but we were slaying with 300, you know? Yeah. So when I read 120, I was thinking 120, like, oh man, this is 120,000. Y'all know how many people that is?
That's a lot. I mean, he just conquered all these other countries, so they on his side now.
Ooh. All right. Okay. So he says, 100. Wait, let me see. 20,000, and the number of horses with their riders 12,000.
So that's an additional 12,000. So you got 120,000 men of war. Then you got 20,000 that can ride the horse while they're, going to battle.
Listen, 12,000, okay? And you shall go against all the west country because they disobeyed my commandment. Wow.
Huh. So he only must have took half the first time now.
Probably,
like I said,
and that was just the west side. Yeah. He was like,
west side? You coming for you?
Yeah. And you shall declare unto them that they prepare for me earth and water. For I will go forth in my wrath against them and will cover the whole face of the earth with the feet of my army. And I will give them for a spoil unto them, so that their slain shall fill their valleys, and the brooks and the river shall be filled with their dead, till it overflow. You got to be some kind of man.
Yeah, he mad, and he letting them know, I'm a dude. If you don't give in when my men get here, you're just gonna die. I don't care.
I don't care where your body lays.
You way over on the west side. I'm over here. I ain't gonna smell you.
Wow.
Animals can come eat you up, all I care.
Listen. Oh, wow. And I will lead them captives to the utmost parts of the earth. And so he will have them enslaved too?
Yep.
You therefore shall go forth, you take beforehand for me all their coasts. And if they will yield themselves unto you, you shall reserve them for me till the day of their punishment.
Okay.
Listen, don't reserve me at all.
Just kill me.
Kill me. I don't want to know what's waiting. I hate when something goes doom doom. Like there's a act like, nah, just take me, sir.
Yeah. Just sit them aside till I get ready to issue the punishment.
Right, that's like a whooping that your parent says you gonna get. And then so you don't know how to move, you don't know how to think, you don't know how to function. You can't go to the bathroom because you think, well, I'm stuck in this bathroom. And if she come in, it's on the cracking. I'd rather not. Just kill me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But concerning them that rebel, let not your eyes spare them, but put them to the slaughter and spoil them whatsoever you go. For as I live, and by the power of my kingdom, whatsoever I have spoken, that will I do by my hand. And take heed that you transgress none of my commandments of your Lord.
Yeah.
That's great. He says, so don't you listen.
Don't get no ideas.
Don't get no ideas. You gotta take. You hear all that stuff.
What I said.
Do exactly how I say it, man. But accomplish them fully. Don't halfway do nothing. Don't get tired along the way. Do what I told you to do and do it all. As I have commanded you, and defer not to do them. Then Holofernes, if you can hear that word, that's how it's spelled.
I see it. Yeah.
Holofrenes. So I'm gonna say Holofernes. He ain't Hispanic, but you know, it's okay. Went forth from the presence of his Lord and called all the governors and captains and the officers of the army of Ashur. And he mustered the chosen men for the battle, as his Lord had commanded him, unto 120,000. Bro, that's a lot of work. You got to choose 120,000. Listen, choosing 100 people is a lot.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Right? 50 people is a lot.
Yeah.
But to choose 100 and you have that task, notice he didn't choose nobody else. Okay, you choose 1,000 men.
My army, or you the general, go do it. Get it done.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. And 12,000 archers on horseback. And he raged them as a great army is ordered for the war. And he took camels and asses for their carriages, a very great number, and sheep and oxen and goats without number for their provision.
They took their food.
They took their food. Yes. Yes. They was like, come on.
We going to war. That's gonna take a minute. We bringing our own food.
This ain't gonna be nothing quick.
We ain't starving. And it's 120,000 plus the ones on the horseback. What was that?
12,000.
He rich.
He is wealthy. That
he got it going on.
Listen.
Said like he balling.
Right, he balling. He got never mind. But he got higher up money, okay?
Yeah.
He got Amazon money, okay? He got Facebook money. He's wealthy, okay?
Yeah, he got that billionaire.
Yeah, he got that billionaire stuff. Listen, and plenty of victuals for every man of the army, and very much gold and silver out of the king's house.
They took money too, just in case we gotta stop along the way at 7-Eleven.
Right. And things that can be taken as food. Vegetables. Like grab some of them.
Yeah, just in case we need to stop along the way. Somebody needs some new boots, a new spear, and bro.
You never know.
You gotta fix it. Somebody.
They got plans, okay, big time. Then he went forth in all his power to go before the king Nebuchadnezzar in the voyage, and to cover all the face of the earth westward with the chariots and horsemen and their chosen footmen. A great number also subject countries came with them, like locusts and like the sand of the earth. So many of them.
Yes. So it's the 120,000. It's the 12,000 on the
horsemen, and then other countries.
Said, oh, Nebuchadnezzar, because they want to be in his favor now.
Yes.
And before you ain't nothing.
Right. He's like, nah, I'm not.
They're like, yeah, we don't want him over here.
Yes. He's like, choose me, I'll go. That is crazy, and there's so many said like locusts. That they packed.
That means it was a lot of them.
In the second. Oh my goodness. All right. For the multitude was without number. Now, if somebody, first off,
I'm tired of counting.
If you see somebody, they're like, at this point, they look like billions of ants. You know what I'm saying? And you like, there's no, where you gonna hide?
Yeah. Because right now, like locusts cover stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like it was green and locusts, and then there's nothing.
Well, where you going, bro? You ain't going nowhere. And they went forth of Nineveh 3 days' journey towards the plan of Bethel, and pitched from Bethel near the mountains, which is at the left hand of the upper Sicilia. That was one of them countries, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those countries, that dwelt in Sicilia. Okay, then he took all his army, his footmen and horsemen and chariots, and went forth and went from thence into the hill country, and destroyed Food, and Ludi, Ludiy, and spoiled all the children of Rasis and the children of Yasharel, or Israel, which were towards the wilderness at the south of the land of, what is this? Listen,
I never heard of that place.
Oh no, I got you.
The other ones I know are like by Egypt, like Rasis. I think that's Ramesses, and Fud and Lud, I believe, are like by Egypt.
Okay, so this is verse 23. This is why I have this other one. Chilean.
Oh.
I have to use this one so it breaks down the word where I can pronounce it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he went over to Parath and went through Aram, Naharaim, and destroyed all high cities that were upon the rivers of Abanai, till ye come to the sea. And he took the borders of Sicilia and killed all that resisted him, and came to the borders of Japheth, which were towards the Negev, over against Arab. He compassed also all the children of Midian, and burnt up their tabernacles, and spoiled their sheepcotes. Then he went down into the plain of Damascus. Listen, he ain't playing.
He not.
He got really a job and he's doing it. He not. He said his man. He said, "Don't you forget, and don't you make.
Yeah.
Don't get no fancy ideas. Yes. Do what I told you to do."
Yes.
Listen, you see a little kid. He said he didn't care. All right. Then he went down into the plain of Damascus in the time of wheat harvest, and burnt up all their fields, and destroyed their flocks and herds. And also he spoiled their cities, and utterly wasted their countries, and smote all their young men with the edge of the sword. Therefore the fear and dread of him fell upon the inhabitants of the seacoast. I bet it did. Yeah. You see that many people.
Yep. Millions. And you hear about what they doing? Oh.
And I'm sure you can hear the.
Yeah.
Listen.
The ground probably shaking.
Yes. Which was enticing or sore, and them that dwelt in Ker and Osina, and all that dwelt in Yemen, and I swear I'm not making these words up.
Yeah.
These saying, all people standing round about the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes.
How you get all these?
You're right.
I'm like, what's she reading?
It almost made sense too.
You right, must be right there at the end of 2.
You're right. And my back. And they that dwelt in Ashdod. I was like, it makes sense because you better murmur. Okay. And they that dwelt in Ashdod and Ashkelon feared him greatly. So they sent ambassadors unto him to treat of peace, saying, Behold, we servants of Nebuchadnezzar the great king lie before you. Use us shall be good in your sight.
Yeah, so they want a peace treaty.
They want peace. Yeah,
now. Don't kill us.
But he was given an order.
At first, you just a man. We don't care. You know? And notice he went after their food supply.
Right. Yeah. He sure
went
did.
After food supply.
He went up with that.
And see how ain't nothing changed. That's what they doing to us right now. Today.
And what do? They go after our food supplies. They poison our water. Any kind of
our air.
Yes. Yeah. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. This is just crazy.
Yep.
And this is a bad listen. Are y'all seeing what's going on? How we can relate this to today?
Yes.
You see how the enemy is moving? Okay, so let me go back into what it says. Okay, so you had, so they sent ambassadors unto him to treat of peace, saying, behold, we the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, the great king, lie before you. Use us as should and be good in our sight.
In other words, we surrender.
That's what he's saying. We surrender. Okay. And then if you listen on the verse 3, it says, behold, this is the crazy part right here. Because remember, he was given what he was given and he was told what he was told.
Yeah.
And so just like I'm going to tell you, we're going to have to finish tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Oh.
Because we got Auntie Shelly on the beat, got the Enoch discussion. So we got to go. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Chapter 3 in the book of Yahuwah or Judith.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Shalom.
Shalom, y'all.
Girl, man, you be getting me.